And if you threw you over that cliff, you lost. Huh? Because that was the challenge. I either submit or I die. Well, that's not how the Almighty gave Israel. He told Israel, I've already marked your way you choose a king. You choose a king how? I'll tell you to choose a king. And I've been so merciful for you, I've given you a whole tribe and lineage of choosing kings. They must come from this father, through this father, through this man, through this man, through this man. That's going to solve everything. You ain't got to fight. All you got to ask him who your daddy. And if his daddy don't have that lineage, you can't be king. Huh? We don't back you. Nobody fighting. No bloodshed supposed to be going on. He made it simple. Because he said, went back to this. Whoso sheddeth man blood, by man shall his blood be shed. Because on the sixth day I created man in my image after my likeness. So who gives another man the right to shed his innocent blood? No one. Continue.
Verse 28. And Elohim blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
Always be able to redo this. Procreate. I'm putting that in you. That's a natural instinct. Be fruitful, multiply.
And replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea.
And everything I made, I want you to have rulership over.
Over the fowl of the air.
I want you to be able to catch fish. Oh, I don't eat no fish. I don't catch no fish. That's not right. Who said so? Christ said, I got dominion over it. I own a fish tank. Oh, why you got them locked up? They're pretty. I like coming in the house, turn lights out, look at all the blue and yellow and all the orange. They're pretty. And he said, I got dominion. I can have that if I want to. Why you got a fish pond? These cute little fish, goldfish, they all locked up. They swimming.
Right.
They alive. They happy. They don't know nothing how to change the water environment. It's conducive to what they used to. Over the what? Fish and what else?
Over the fowl of the air.
I don't want to give me a cockatoo. Parakeet. Yeah.
That's right.
That's what he gave man. To rule.
Hallelujah.
Oh, you know, we had some kids at zoos. Solomon had, he had apes. Peaks. That's what we'll walk around it, just like you go to the zoo. That's what we'll walk around the kingdom. Keep going.
And over every living thing.
How many things?
Every living thing.
I got dominion over
moving upon the earth.
I got dominion over those spiders.
Hallelujah.
Now, why when I see them down in my basement, and ain't no commandment again, what? But I don't like them. But I got dominion over them. To rule over them. Not them to rule me.
Hallelujah.
And this was done at the will of Yah. Go ahead.
And Elohim said, I have given you every herb bearing seed.
Some people, now they love this scripture. I give you every herb bearing seed. Some of them, they love it. This one of them they run with. You know, people run with scripture. They run with this one, Jack. I give you every herb. Do you see that, brother? They run, he gave me every herb. Bearing seed. I said, yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Come on now. Go ahead.
Which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed.
I say, well, why don't you at least get some of that poison sumac in? Yeah. Some of that poison ivy. You got to rule over that too. You grab that. Do something with that. I want to see how you look after you get done. The lips swell up in that throat. Start cutting out. I want to see how that will work out for you. Because it's bearing seed. Yeah. Huh? Because it's not the plant that breaks you out. It's the spore from the plant that break you out. The seed. The oil. We're going to go on fly by that one now. Come on.
To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air.
See, they talk about scripture, but they didn't read that in its entirety. He said, I gave you every herb bearing seed, and every tree, which the fruit of the tree yielded seed should be to you. Eat for what?
For meat.
It is for food.
Eat.
Hold on. Don't go by that.
Yes.
See, I know a lot of people don't like me touching, but don't go by that. He said, when I gave you that, He said, it is for food.
Yes, sir.
Is that not what it said?
That's what it said.
Huh?
That's what it said.
Huh?
Food.
Food.
Meat.
Not. That ain't me, is it?
No, that ain't me.
Now I'm hungry. I don't. That make more. I don't.
You can eat that.
But you can eat it. You can eat it. But you don't burn it when you eat it.
No, no.
You bake it and stuff.
Yes, you can.
But it's for. But here he said what he gave you is for food.
Yes, sir.
Use it in that. It's for food.
Yeah.
I said I was gonna go by that, but I got to stay with it.
Let it go. Hallelujah. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life.
And how many cows you see want you to light something up before they chew on it? And then they staggering all over the pasture. Be good, just eat it like anything else. Go ahead.
I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so.
Yes.
And Elohim saw everything that he had made.
Every single thing.
And behold, it was very good.
Very good.
And the evening and the morning were 6 days.
And he declared that on the what?
The 6th day.
So we put that in that block. And so now what's happening after that?
Thus the heavens, the earth,
yes, finished. What we've been reading about all day, heaven and earth was finished.
And all the host of them.
Everything that's in them was done.
And on the 7th day.
And on the what day?
The 7th day.
Whether we start all over, that would only be day what?
Day 1.
That would only be day what?
Oh, no,
if we let that moon.
Day 2.
And we start over, that would only be day 3.
Yeah, day 3.
But it wasn't. Young Mike said it was day what? When everything was finished. And he rested. It was day 7.
The 7th day. Elohim ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the 7th day from all his work, which he had made.
Now, here we go. Here's how we set, and here's how our calendar come in the book. You see anything about Monday?
No.
Tuesday?
No.
Wednesday?
No.
Thursday?
No.
Friday?
No.
Saturday?
No.
Sunday?
No.
Saturday. Friday, Saturday. Do you see anything?
No.
Huh? Because I can name it. So look, all we got up here is what?
First day.
1,
second day,
2,
3rd, 4th, 5, 6, 7.
Now, I can name them Judy, Sue. Yeah, let's do that. Paul, Matthew,
Right.
Silas. So my granddad was named Silas. Yuri. I just like Yuri. This could be Post. Because I just didn't have nothing else to name. And I can give them names. But it don't change that how it's written out. This start over here. This is day 1. No matter what name I put there, this is day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now in the succession of days, Did we jump anywhere before I go to session today? Did we jump anywhere and start all over in the midst of now, what's the continuum? Here's how we even know how to make a calendar, if you want to use that. Now we know that there's some more days, right? So the next day, this is going to be day number what? Huh? And then we're going to have what? 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 Right? Huh?
That's right.
But a kicker. Now I want to see who's really on top. This is the 8th day right here. But what else is it?
It's the first day.
Huh?
It's the first day of that week.
Hello.
Hallelujah.
Hello. It's the 8th day in the continuum, but it's the first day of a new 7-day count. This is making sense. I think it is. I think y'all already got this. I don't know why it's so complicated and so hard for a lot of people. Once you understand just what the Almighty wrote right here,
Right.
and stop trying to add to His word, and stop trying to take away from His word, and stop trying to misconstrue His word, and let it settle in. It ain't that hard. It blows out. Then we're going to go one more. So now we got in the continuum. Talk to me.
19,
Yes.
20,
Uh-huh.
and 21.
In the continuum of days. Okay. But what day is this?
Still the first day of a new 7-day count.
Oh my goodness, y'all so. Stop. I don't know what to do with myself. Y'all don't need me no more. Now in the continuum, what day is this?
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
But again, what day is this?
Still the first day of the 7-day count.
Oh boy.
Anytime,
It ain't changed.
anytime.
But in the continuum, what day is this?
29, 30.
And it might be there, or if the sign has come out, it might be one of
Month.
a new
We ain't
month.
got that far yet. We still on these days.
In the continuum. But these days lines up that even if it is the first day, now here's where it might get a little complicated with people. It's in this continuum of the what lineage?
7 days.
Now, it's in the continuum of what lineage? In the continuum. Is this first day falling on? The second
day.
The 9th is a what in the continuum? Second day. The 16th is a what in the continuum?
Second day.
The 23rd is a what in the continuum?
Second day.
This first, if this is the first, it's still the first day of a new month, but it's falling of a new moon, but it's in the continuum. It's falling on what day?
Second month.
The second day.
Hallelujah.
But this is the way a person without using, and I did that to show, let's take away Gregorian and Julian calendar and the names that go with it. Well, this is the only way you knew how to come up with this kind of graph. How to make a calendar. 7, 7, 7, 7. Because we know a month will, if there's a dispute of 29 or 30, we know a month will consist of 4 whole weeks of 7 days. So there will be 28 days. And those who have studied the cycle of the moon, it will phase out by the 28th day. Then it's just a matter of how long it takes to regenerate for the first light to come back around. But those who are in herbalists and healing, they know every moon cycle is Dr. V, if I'm not mistaken, down in Georgia. That's what he works off of. 28 days, 4 weeks. And you might have 4 weeks and then 1 day, 4 weeks and 2 days. Won't have 4 weeks and 3 days. Because you're never going to have 31. If 31, then I can, if I ever tell y'all and you count 31, then somebody done messed up. We declared too early, and that's the most case. Because you're never 31. It's going to be 29 or 30, because that's what we said. That's why I said it was a big argument. We never said it ain't 30 days. 29. So all this uproar, I don't even understand it. The foundations of the earth. But this floating thing, that's destroyed once you understand Genesis. And the names, no matter what the calendar is, what names is on there, that's destroyed. We had calendars in Babylon when we was in captivity. That's where a lot of the names that we know, all right, that was in Babylon. They had names for every day of the week. But we still, even in Babylon, understood the concept of 7 days. You better believe Daniel, a righteous man who walked with Yah, who had great wisdom, because we read about him, he don't get all this by rebelling against the Almighty. You don't think he understood the concept of 7 days, 6 days can I labor and do all my work, but on the 7th day, no, I don't have Jerusalem. No, I don't have the house that houses his name, but I can still rest. No, I don't have bullock, incense. But the Creator, let me show you what he said. Yeah, he took that. That's what he took away on the Sabbath day. Go to Isaiah. Because he wasn't pleased with it even when we did have it. And we're bringing it to him on the Sabbath day because we wasn't right within. Have to know what the Almighty is saying. And then before we go to Isaiah, I want to hold that page. I want to deal with something in regards to also the moon. I want to go back. Let's go to Exodus. 12. Yes, sir. You got it.
plague. Hallelujah. Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month, this moon shall be unto you the beginning of months.
This moon, let me raise it. Everybody got all this? Huh? But now we're going to go somewhere else. Is it understood?
Hallelujah.
Now, Exodus 12. Let's go. This month.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year. Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 16.
Now you can pay real good attention now as it goes down. Deuteronomy 16.
Observe the month of Abib.
And this is called the moon of the Abib.
And keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy Elohim.
And keep the Passover unto Yahweh your Elohim.
For in the moon of Abib, Yahweh thy Elohim brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
In the moon of the Abib, Yahweh Elohim brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. So when we have the moon of the Abib, when it comes, that's the beginning of our months. That's the first month. That's the first day of the month. The next day is the first day of the month, but that's the signal of the first month, right?
Yep.
Now what day? What day does that come on?
First day.
What day does that come on? In the continuum. Remember we talked about continuum. Meaning that 28, let's just deal with the 28 to 4 week span. And what in that 28 days, what day does that come on? The Abib, the moon of the Abib. What day does it come on?
On the first day. In the continuum where we was at, it would
within all 28 of them days. What day does it come on?
First day. Oh, no, come on throughout day 5.
We don't know what day it come on.
I don't know. Man, you talking about it starts the cycle, so you talking about
it could come out. This is what I'm saying.
It could come in any of those.
When we look for it, it could come out on the 5th day.
Oh yeah.
It could come out on the 6th day. That continuum. That's what I mean by the continuum. It could come on the first day, second day. Through the course of them 28 days, it can come out. I did that because I said it can come out on the first day. That's akin to me saying, well, it came out Sunday. But I didn't use Sunday.
That's right.
I'm trying to do this so we can see, because this is what people say. They trying to, people, period. No one, people, period. They trying to use Sunday, Monday, and use that as to bring doubt or question. But I'm saying, let's take that away. When I start talking, I would like to meet with you for a business meeting on the 3rd day at 11 o'clock.
They still know.
They're gonna look at you like you 14 karat crazy.
Yes, sir.
3rd day. What are you talking about? Go out here and try it. At 2 o'clock. I'm gonna tell you what are you hollering about, boy? If you didn't, huh?
Dealing internationally, that would work.
And why wouldn't it work, brother? Because sometimes they what?
And I
I know in the European Union, they have a different set. They start their days on a different.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So things is governed, and it's good that you brought that out because things are governed. When he did it in the beginning in Genesis, let them be for signs, seasons, days, and years. Right now, we in the season of what? Perfect point. We in the season of what? Outside. Look outside. What is this? What we calling this? Day. But if I go to Jerusalem right now, what are they calling that? They calling it night. Because what's governing them is what? The night season. Now, it's not that hard because what happens is it just comes to one quicker than it comes to the other. We only touch over there because we know that they have went into their evening. The end of their day has grown. It has grown to an end quicker than it comes to ours. We just in the midst of ours. Theirs has already grown to an end, transitioning into night. So we're saying they can see that signal, they can see that sign earlier than what we can see it. That lost some people. Like if it came like we were looking for, we would already have looked and said, okay, today, we would already look and say, right now, we would already look and say, Jerusalem has seen it because they already in their night. So we would say, since they've seen it, we're going to know to go out and we're going to see it as our night comes on. Because the transition period just changes quicker for one than it does for the other. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On the East Coast, they able to see it. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you brought up Daniel. He can't get to Babylon. How he continued, of course, keeping the Sabbath and everything. My question is, what did it in the sense of the continuum? Did it start over or what? Because like say, if one of us was to move to Europe and there's a different standard for what they call.
And I'm glad you asked that because I give you a better example because this is what I thought about this week because I knew the question was posed to me. And see, that's the thing. Time is relevant. But that's why every word of Yah is pure. Remember what Yah's law is and what his instruction is. What's the law? Remember the Sabbath day for what?
Keep it holy.
I said, here's the scenario as I give it. I'm not moving. I went out. I got me a nice Cessna. And I like flying my Cessna. And I decided to fly my Cessna and take me a trip and be real bold and courageous and say, I'm going to try to get in the World Book Record and sail halfway around the world. Only I didn't have halfway around the world kind of gas in the Cessna. And I crash landed. And I was out for a couple of days. So I'm marooned on the island. But when I come up, I know about the Sabbath. Now, how am I going to keep it? Huh? Day one from what? From the time I what? Woke up. That's my what? That's my day one in this new, remember earlier we talked about the environment. That's my new what? Day one. From there I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the what? 7th day, because that's what I was told by the Creator. I'll what? Make that my what? Make that happen. He was straying on the remote island. But not only him, it's in all kind of movies. You see people, when they start to recollect, that's what they do. They start to count. Where I'm at. Going on in the what? Mainland. Do you see how this goes? The system they on, I reacclimate myself to that count and fit back in there. Where I was here, I was on another count, but I'm still utilizing what Yah gave me, which is the 7-day count. So I'm still staying in accordance with the law, that I can do everything 6 days, but on the 7th day, make that my. Now somebody said, well, we can do that. No, because it's a system. We know the system here. We have it. Taking away Friday, Saturday, we have it. Like I told them, you can know it's the Sabbath because it's the 7th day without saying Sabbath. Just go look on the calendar. You ain't got to tell me it's Sunday, Monday. Just count from the very beginning over to this end and them 7 days. Now, what does that correlate with? What does that correspond to? What day does that give you in this system? The 7th day. What day does it give you? It gives you Saturday. And this word can be understood.
Yes, sir. But it still come out that way, Maurice, even when you look at the Gregorian calendar. Because in the Gregorian calendar, they call Sunday the first day.
Yes. If you have knowledge, they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you they replaced it, how they replaced it, what they did. They're not going to hide it. See, what happens is, like my Christian brothers, when they ask me that, that's why I do that with them. Take away. I don't want to use, we ain't going to use Friday, Monday, Tuesday. We ain't going to use none of that. Count all these blocks. That's why I put them blocks up there. We're going to count these blocks from edge to edge. And when we get done counting these blocks, we're going to see where we wind up at. It's like the Pepsi commercial where they put the label, they put a tag over the label so you don't know which one it is. What days they call. Then after we count from block to block, when we get to the end, then we're going to take the tag away. It corresponds to Saturday. Now you just don't want to accept that because you don't want to accept disciplining yourself to keep the Sabbath day on Saturday. Especially for my Christian brothers and sisters and others, because you so used to doing things you not to do on Saturday. But everything is given and geared to doing it on Saturday. And you can't break yourself away from that at the expense of the Almighty Word. So now you'll say, well, how do we know that because that's the 7th day. I ain't saying that was Saturday. I said it's the 7th day in this system. And for 6 days can I labor and do all my work.
Yes, sir.
But on the 7th day, in the system, I got to make that my Sabbath. You saw the book of Eli?
Yeah.
How long you been out there? He started counting from when he could recollect. He didn't say, oh, it was about January 25th. February. He didn't say that. When the girl asked him, y'all remember that scene? He counted what? Seasons changing.
Yep.
He counted seasons changing that he can recollect. And he said, that's how long I've been out. From the seasons changing. Yeah, from the seasons changing. From what Yah gave, that movie is deeper than a lot of people give it credit for. If you know how to look at it. That's why it was centered around that. How many seasons you've been in the earth? And to the best of his recollection. That's why. Even among continental Africans, what's your age? Because they count by seasons. Then they might migrate over here, and then the Gentiles say, well, you're 45. And they might. But because they counting with different systems, they ain't not counting by the system that you counting by. They use a different system for where they at. That's why I said, just take all that away. Captivity. Okay, yeah, I'm in captivity. I just have to acclimate to counting now in the captivity, the system of the captivity. If there's a big catastrophe, big war, and it all go boom, and we don't know what day is what day, guess what we gonna do after we come through the tribulation and the trial? To reestablish. We're gonna reestablish what? Count. This is day one. From the destruction. Or from when we begin to build back up. But this is day one. And we're gonna go 6 days. And then we're gonna get to that 7th day. And we know what to do. Now let me show you what the Almighty meant. So yes, Saturday, I said, stand by. What we know as Saturday in this system is the correct day to keep the Sabbath because it is what Sabbath means. Cease, rest, but Sabbath also is 7. It's from the root in Hebrew that corresponds to 7. It's from that root. 7. Well, because the Almighty completed everything, and when people put numbers to things, then that's what they'll give. They'll give it and say it's the number of completion. When you start putting numbers with things, but then and what we have in the past, but you gotta kind of be careful. It can be because it was a day that the Almighty of completion. But people also take. I asked that, and I say just be careful though. And then I'm asking, what's the number for me? And you tell me 7 the number, but they can't tell you what 4 is. What's 4? What's 8? Yeah. See, somebody asked me, what's 3? What did it mean? I said it means 3. I said it means 3. You got 3 things. That's what it means. 3 times. I don't know no great significance. You see? I say 12. Well, that's even. That's even. That's equality. 6 and 6. People get to doing, they get to making stuff so they can start being wise. And you think, oh, that's deep. I ain't got time for all that, man. It's 12. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what they do. That's you see how he broke that down? That's deep. That's it. Yeah. You know, I'm like, I ain't got time for all that. Okay, you that deep, what's 5? When they fall like that and then comes and You got too much time. You thinking about something. You made up something now. Huh? So yeah, I only say, it's the 7th day is complete because that's when I might say he completed the heaven and earth. So I can stand by that. But I don't get going off into, 16, because that's how that numerology stuff came to be about.
Right.
That the Almighty warned us to stay away from. Yes. What's your number? Your number. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see 9. Now you got playing 999.
That's verse 12.
Yeah.
So that means it's 16.
When you take this and you multiply it, and it's 2020, that's when thing gonna happen. But that's 400. Get out of here, man. We ain't talking about building those with no places. We ain't talking about square footage. Get out of here. Go to Isaiah. Ain't no wonder our window got cracked. Why? I'll keep mad.
Hallelujah.
This is just one of several scriptures. Isaiah 1.
Isaiah chapter 1.
Verse 10. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Y'all keep making the way out. Brother said, you gonna leave early? I said, I don't know. You get tired. You was up all night. I said, I know. But I belong to y'all.
Hallelujah.
He gives strength. He want me to stand up here till midnight. He give me strength. Now, dog tired. Y'all saw how fired up I was this morning. 5 o'clock. Now, Mike called it. It's his.
Hallelujah. Isaiah chapter 1.
But we didn't hear wind it down, but I tell you that right now.
Verse 10. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 10.
Yes.
Hear the word of Yahweh, ye rulers of Sodom.
See, this is what he wants us to hear, and pay attention to this, all them that read this. But this is what he wants you to hear. Hear the word of Yahweh, you rulers of Sodom.
Give ear unto the law of Elohim.
Why don't you give ear to the law of Yahweh? And if you give ear to the law of Yahweh, you're not trying to find ways to discourage people how not to keep his law. You're trying to inspire people to keep his law. You're trying to establish his law, magnify his law, and make it honorable, not tear it down. Then he says what?
To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me?
Because what is your intent behind bringing me sacrifices? Purpose. What is your purpose? Why are you bringing it to me? I say it all the time when I teach. It's not always the gift that matters, it's the intent. Little kids, they got that much sense. They done did something wrong. A lot of times they won't bring, look, daddy, look what I got for you. Make a little card or something. You sit back and you say, uh-oh. Part of mine say, uh-oh. What they done did. They done did something. They trying to butter you up. If they hadn't done nothing, they wouldn't be bringing you no gift.
Right.
And then y'all know, he said, what is your intent? What have you done against the law? Because if you hadn't done nothing, I know you wouldn't be bringing me nothing. You only bringing me something because you know I'm going to find out what you did and you're going to be in trouble. And you're trying to soften the blow. So he said, what is the purpose of the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, said Yah. Don't you know I'm already full? I already got enough burnt offerings of rams. They got rams because I had them like that. They got rams over there, they ain't even slaughtered yet. I just smelled the whole. And the fat of fed beasts. I don't need to smell no more fat. As the fat hits the fire, like it does when you. That's why George Foreman made such a killing. So you got that little grill, take the fat away. But the concept, it wasn't even no new concept. That's why he called it George Foreman grill. Well, all you guys, they've been had grills. Because grilling always has been a healthy way of cooking food. Because you let that fat, that existential fat, you let it drip off of that meat, drip away from the animal, and go right down into the fire. Because you know anything about grilling, once that's what's sparky. You hear that fat hitting them coals. And we know we're dealing with Israel, because Israel got a nose for barbecue.
Yeah. So
Maybe 4 miles away, somebody got the grill out. And the first thing make you want to do, you have one, somebody go to the store, get some charcoal, lighter fluid. You on the grill. Now the whole street grilling. Huh? Hey, you don't believe me? Check them out on Wednesday. I'll take it the first one to come. That's what y'all might say. The aroma would come up. He would smell it. Sweet said, well, it just permeated in there. Something so good. Somebody got some chicken on the grill. Dad, they done got down to no chicken.
Really?
No, that's some pig. That's some pig. Then they go call in their school, they just aficionados, Jack. Huh? You wake up with that grill. Huh? Yeah. That fat. That's what y'all might mean by the fat. They burnt the fat. That's what they did with it. They burnt it. He said, I delight not in the blood of bullocks or lambs or he-goats. You brothers be safe. Y'all be with you. I thought I was going to read up about one of y'all knock somebody out, but I don't get some. That boy dangerous right there, boy. Said Sabbath, oh, they gonna go knock some head, boy. He said, when you come to appear before me, who have required this at your hands? Who have really asked you for this when you come to me? Who really have asked you for all that? He said, bring no more what?
Vain oblation.
What's some vain? Don't mean a thing. Don't mean nothing. Bring me no more vain oblation.
Incense and abomination. Incense is an abomination unto me.
All them Israelites talking about it. Yeah, the Sabbath done away with. You go in the house, they got sticks of incense all over the place. Just burning. Well, y'all might say the incense is a what? If you don't want to keep the Sabbath, then you turn to this. He said the incense is a what? Abomination.
The new moon and Sabbath, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with.
Mm-hmm.
It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting.
Yes.
Your new moon.
He said your new moon.
And your appointed feast.
Your appointed feast.
My soul hated.
The ones you have corrupted.
They are trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them.
Well, did y'all corrupt the bird? No. When you look at Sabbath, and what was convocation? Call out to assemble. Then it says public reading. That's all it say for convocation. It don't say lambs, goats, rams, fire, altar need to be there. It said the convocation is a calling out of a public assembly of reading and reciting. Let me ask a question. Is this public?
Yeah.
Jonah ain't private. Is it an assembly?
Yeah.
Did we assemble ourselves?
Yeah.
Do we read?
Yeah.
Oh, sound like we had a convocation then.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
He said, your new moons, your appointed feasts, my soul have hated. They are a trouble to me, and I am weary to bear them. Yes, ma'am. And I don't have to bite my tongue, I don't care who you are. And lest you convalescent, or as the Almighty give the exceptions for, because he has those exceptions, it must fall under those criteria. But laziness, shiftlessness, the excuses we want to have, and I don't like them. Okay, come here, sit down, shut up, don't talk to nobody. I don't like people I work with. I go to work. I ain't sitting at home starving. And I don't like a lot of them that I work with. And y'all don't job where you don't like a lot of people you work with. But they don't make you stay at home. I'm just gonna stay at home. I go do what I gotta do. And then I get out of there. See, we didn't like everybody. Do you think, man, come on, let's make the book real now. Do you think everybody got along everybody got along? We know they did. They didn't get along with Moses. But when they blew, where were they supposed to get up and go once they made the meeting tent? They were supposed to go to the meeting tent, whether they liked him or not. But the report got back, hey, Moses, some people chilling. They what? Well, let's go see what y'all say to do. In the oppressive state, they might have been hindered from keeping it. Just as often, and the Almighty showed not just me, but other teachers. See, that's why now, what people do now, taking things for granted. See, they stay home now, but there's gonna come a time they're gonna wish. Because that's especially how the mind is. You never really know what you have. And with a lot of people, that's what it is. They don't take advantage of things until it's too late. With each other. Oh, that was a good brother. Man, I wish I would have spent more time with him. Well, don't say that now. He gone. And you can't go spend more time with him. Not with him. You can go and sit up there over by his grave and talk, but that ain't him. And everything about him, he ain't gonna answer you back. If that's how you felt, you should have done that when he was here. But now he gone. You want more time with him. When it's stripped, see, and that heavy oppression come back, that laden captivity come back, where you can't assemble. And don't say in your heart, oh, they wouldn't never do that, because they chipping away at that right now. Yeah. When we sleep, they chipping away at all them freedoms right now. I think they should take guns. Okay, you're gonna wake up one day, they're gonna be gone. Oh, how I wish, look at how they're marching down my street now. Down the street right now. Look how they come in our neighborhood and they done took over right now. And you wish you had the power to defend yourself. Speed shift everything. Simple, kill them. Stalin, same thing. State ran everything. Blood on these men's hands. Said there were people said when the Russians came and liberated some of the Germans, excuse me, when the Germans invaded Russia and they liberated parts of Russia, well, not liberated, conquered parts of Russia, they said they went in and found home where people were political prisoners that Stalin had made political. Ain't no game. It's the wicked. They done it once, they're going to do it again. You're going to wish there was, I'm not specifically talking, a house of Israel. The Almighty saying, there will come a famine in the land, not of bread or of water, but for hearing the word of Yahweh. No more of that. No more of that. That's when you're going to find out the real men of Elohim. Because they'll put their life on the line to continue to give the people the word of Yahweh. I'm going to speak this. He's speaking in the name of Yahweh. That's against the law. Seize him. That's when you'll know the contenders from the pretenders, or however that thing goes. This gonna get very real in the not so distant future. Verse 15, so we can finish this up, and then we're going to adjourn.
And when you spread forth your hand,
I will deal with that, Yahweh. When you spread forth your hands,
I will hide my eyes from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, when you make many prayers.
Even your prayers. See, you have to read this and get understanding. Not just the Sabbath the Almighty is upset with, not just the assemblies the Almighty is upset with, not just the feast, the appointed feast he's upset with. He said he's even upset with our what? Prayer.
I will not hear your hands are full of blood.
Because you ain't right. Wash ye, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Stop to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek after judgment. Won't you learn to relieve the oppressed? Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Then he says, come now, let us reason together, says Yah. Because though your sins are as scarlet, they can be white as snow. Though they red like crimson, they can be as wool. If you be willing and obedient, you can eat the good of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, you shall be devoured by the sword. For the mouth of Yah has spoken.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We have to stop being rebellious. Any comments?
Hallelujah. Great class, Moray. Very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? That's more inspiration, but well, very knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? Much knowledge given out this day. I'll give thanks and praise. I learned quite a bit today. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Anyone else? Well, Yah is righteous.
All the time.
That's who gives knowledge.
Yeah.
And in closing, let me speak to this. Every word of Yah is pure. I said, the brother said, man, you going to be all right. You look a little tired. I said, yeah, I'm all right. But as Yahweh said, your word is pure. 6 days. 6 days. I ain't saying it's new law. I ain't adding to the law. I'm just telling you wisdom by my example. 6 days. Now 6 days and 6 nights. Because when you labor long into the night, even though it's permissible, when you labor long into the night, especially the 6-day night or the night of the 6th day, that can interfere with your Sabbath. Because you can wear yourself thin. You can wear yourself out where you're tired. That night is meant for you. Not only is there preparation day, there's preparation night. That night is meant for you to rejuvenate yourself from all that you have toiled and labored in and relax yourself to come into the 6th day. That's why working real late, the Almighty has taught me just in these past few weeks. Yes, it's permissible. No, you're not breaking no law, but you're missing my wisdom. When you're able to get up with the light of day coming in and feel good and feel rejuvenated because you took that night of the 6th day and rested yourself and prepared yourself, versus when you worked yourself into the middle of that night and now you're tired and you're sluggish and you can't even get up right until it's almost 11 and 12 because the body is still trying to rest, find that rest. No, you didn't break no law, but it's not wisdom. It's not good. And I will strengthen you, but it's not good. So think about that, son. Like I said, 6 days. Do all that you got to do. Because you ain't going to get it all done. Plan better. Be more efficient with your time. The children of Israel to be ready against the 3rd day. Remember, they had 1 day. They got another. They had 2 days at Sinai. Not just 1. They had 2 days. He said, be ready against the 3rd day, Moses. I'm giving them 2 days. Because on the 3rd day, I'm coming. So it has to be more efficient. Yes, it's noted as a preparation day, but it'd be more efficient. Almighty is a great teacher. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
There's no other comments from anyone. The Sabbath is drawing to an end.
Great flag, all right. Hallelujah.
We want to thank everybody that joined us via internet. Hallelujah. Thank everybody that was here, especially. Yah is with us and gonna be with us as we be with him. And he is with you as you be with him. May he bless and keep us all. Let's stand. Shema Yisrael. Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Hear Israel, Yahweh Elohim, Yah is one. Yivareka, Yahweh, Yishmereka, Yahweh, Pereka, Wazeka, Yisa Yahweh, Pereka, Wayisim Leka, Shalom. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his kindness upon thee and give thee peace. Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Son, we all for what we have. You know, we done clicked it by y'all. Huh?
So we need some Wi-Fi.
I just asked you if we was off. I didn't.
Now we here.
Yeah.